Hi everybody, this is TechNolli. Today we got a fun build. We're going to do this one together. And what I wanted to do was, I wanted to build the smallest Hackintosh computer that I could. So I went online and I found this little case. Isn't that cute? Got a little on-off switch right here. Got some USBs. That's where the motherboard I/O shield goes. It's got a clear top right here, you can see. So we can see inside, it's kind of cool. And we're going to use on this one, I'm just going to throw in this i5 9400. And we're going to use that with this Gigabyte 360N Wi-Fi version. Okay, it's a cute little board. And then I'm going to show you guys how to use these actual Apple Wi-Fi Bluetooth cards, okay, with a little adapter. So that'll be fun. And we're going to stick in 16 gigabytes of RAM. I've got a 256 NVMe. That is our power supply for the little Tiny Hackintosh. And this beautiful fan, this Noctua Low Profile fan that is beyond quiet. It is dead quiet. So there we go. And we're going to get this thing built. We're going to do it together. We're going to throw windows on it real quick. And then in part 2 of this video, we're going to Hackintosh it. All right? So let's get started on this one. This will be fun. Okay guys, let's get started with this. And you know I like to pull out that motherboard and get that set up first. So we'll get this little guy out. This is a really nice little board. Now I haven't put this together yet, so we're going to do this together. That's cool. Comes with a Wi-Fi antenna, SATA cable, I/O shield, which we're going to need that. Yeah, I'll leave that out. A booklet and drivers, but we don't need those. All right, cool. All right, so that's that. Let's pull out this board. This is, oh yeah, real nice. So we got a couple USB 2s, PS2. We've got 2 HDMIs. I wonder if both of those will work. We're going to find out. USB 3s and LAN connector. That's our Wi-Fi. So we're going to change out the little card in there. LAN connector and audio. Okay, on these little ITXs, you know, we only have 2 slots. We've got a PCIe slot, but in that case, we're not going to get a graphics card in there. We're going to be using onboard graphics. That's the only way to do this small of a computer. All right? Okay, let's put everything back. Let's get that motherboard out. Okay, let's get that CPU mounted. So here we go. Little i5. Now on this particular build, you could use any processor that is 65 watts. Okay, 95 watt won't work because the power supply that we're using doesn't quite have the power to do it. I already tried an i9 9900K and it wouldn't cut it. But you could go i7 9700. But this is the processor I had right now, so you could always do a heavier duty processor. As long as it's a 65 watt. Alright, so let's go ahead and put in our beautiful little chip here. Now, okay, so when we're opening this up, we want to be careful that we don't touch anything inside there. Those pins will bend if you blow on them. They're really sensitive, so Don't touch them. Just, you see these little notches right here and this little arrow? But I like to line up these two notches with the processor socket. There's two notches, one on either side, and just gently lay it in here. Okay, and then just, you can see right there, there's a notch, and they're both lined up, so we're good. So we'll go ahead and put down our little spring latch, and that little cover pops right off. Now, let's see here. Look at this beautiful fan. This thing, look at the badge it comes with. Oh my gosh. All right, let's, there we go. Wow. That is beautiful. Look at that low profile. That's nice. All right, let's mount this. We want to mount this so this power cord for the fan is not in the way of our memory, because it's real tight right here. So I think what I'm going to do is, I think I'll just put it this way. And it comes with these little thumb screws right here. All right, and they've got little clear washers too, to kind of give it a little bit of cushion. All right, it comes with a tube, a nice big tube of thermal paste, but you sure don't need that much. I'm not going to open this one. I've still got another one over here. Yeah, I've got this big tube, so I'm just going to put some on here. Put some on the middle, some over here, some here, and there. That's plenty. It squishes out. All right, so we'll just kind of line this up and then kind of turn it over a little bit and put this, get one of these started. All right, there it is. So once we get one lined up, then we can line up the other ones easy. Yeah. So that's not too bad to do. Okay, put that one on. Put this one started. Grab my screwdriver now. I always like to just kind of snug it a little bit and then go across from that one. And then this one, just kind of going across from each other. That way it gets seated real nice and flat. Then we can just make sure they're tight. You don't have to go crazy with these guys. Just snug. All right, beautiful. Now, while I've got it like this, I'm going to show you guys something. So on eBay, you can find these little Broadcom Wi-Fi Bluetooth cards that are actually from MacBooks. And I'll have in the description a link to the correct model for these. And then also, this was, I paid like $18 for this. And then this little adapter I got off of Amazon, and it was $9. So this goes into here, and then we plug it into here. So let me go ahead and take this little screw out right here. All right, and let's slide this little puppy in here. There we go. And then just put the screw in. Just kind of holds it in place. Okay, so a lot of you guys have been asking, how do you do this silly little Wi-Fi thing? How do you swap it out? It's really simple, guys. There'll be a screw. If you can see right there, there's a tiny screw, and it's kind of hard to get to on this board because this little connector's in the way, but it comes out. You get it out. All right, and then you have to kind of pry this open a little bit because this controller is kind of in the way. So what you have to do on this one is kind of pry these open a little bit. Let me get a flat head. Okay, so I got a flat head now. There we go. There it is. So it's just a little cover. Now I can go back to my Phillips and take out this little Intel card that comes with the board. So we'll take this one out, just one little screw. Pull this board out. I hope you guys can see that. There we go. It's got little antennas. Be very gentle pulling those off. Now, what we do is go ahead and put your antennas on first, because it's a lot easier than trying to do it after you seat the card. So I'm going to plug that in, and then grab this little one and put it on. Okay, now I can gently kind of pull up on these wires a little bit so I get a little extra length, and just slide that card into the slot. Really simple. There. And it really sticks in there nice, so we don't have to worry about, you know, putting a screw in it, because there's no way, because this is taller. Now I am going to get another one of these Wi-Fi cards that is this size, and I'm going to experiment with it and see if they work as well as this. Alright, so that's it on that. Now let's put in our hard drive on this thing before we mount it, because it's on the back of the board. Our M.2 is back here. So take the screw out and just slide this in there. Okay. Put a screw in it. Alright, that's it for the hard drive. So we're done with that. Now, right here I've got a little connector for my CPU fan, so I'm going to go ahead and plug that in. And there we go. So there it is. It's ready to go. Let's go ahead and put our RAM in. Just slide these open. This is a real nice little motherboard, you guys. You're going to like this one. Snap into place. And there we go. Nice. All right, let's get the case out. Move all that stuff out to the side. All right, so I haven't had this case apart, so we're doing this together. I'm going to start with just pulling off the top. Now it's going to be interesting to see the thermals on this, to see how hot this thing gets. Because what I'm thinking, if we need it, we could put some little spacers right here. We could go to the hardware and get some little longer screws, get the same thread, and just put, get this off here so you can see what the, and just put like little plastic spacers right here, something attractive, you know, maybe black little spacers you can make somehow, and just with longer screws, and that way we would set it, that's real glass by the way guys, we could set it up, if you can see this, if you get this idea, we could set it up like this and get a little airflow in there, right? So we may have to do that, I don't know yet. But there we go. We set this aside. Okay, now that right there is a SATA drive. You can hook up a, you can have a SATA drive in this. It's got enough room, looks like. That's cool. I'm gonna need a little bigger Phillips. Hold on. Okay, a little bit bigger screwdriver here for this. I'll take this off. Yeah. Yeah, it shows right there. Well, no, it shows in the manual. Yeah, that's what that's for. That's to put a hard drive on. They show a full-size hard drive on this thing. I don't know if you can see that or not, but they show a full-size hard drive. Okay. I don't think I would do that because of heat, but we'll see. Alright, so we got our... Let's see, what do we have here? We've got hard drive light, LED light, and power switch. And then a USB 3 connector. Now, what's cool about this, these sides would come off if we needed more room, but I don't think I need to. Let me see if I can do this without pulling the whole case apart. So, go ahead and get my I/O shield out. Okay, let's get this put in. And I have to say, guys, this case feels nice. It doesn't feel cheap at all, even though it was, I think, $45. And it comes in orange, I think white and black. There we go. There's my I/O shield. Nice. Now, while I'm at it, this is the little power adapter for the motherboard. Now, you're going to say, well, that's weird, because it is. So, this is what goes on your motherboard, the 24 pin. It comes with a SATA power connector. Yeah, an old school connector for old hard drives for your motherboard. And on my motherboard here, I only need a 4 pin, but it does come with an 8 pin if you need it. But this right here, this little thing is where you plug in this AC adapter, just like a laptop, you know? So I'm going to go ahead and mount this before I put the motherboard in the case. It'll be a lot easier. So let's see, just put it in the hole there. And screw that down on there. Just kind of tighten that on there a little bit. There we go. Nice and tight. Okay, so now we can put this off to the side. And the motherboard's ready, so let's see if we can get it in this way without taking the case apart. Let's see. I think we can. Maybe this has to go up here. Maybe it has to go in like this. Boy, it's a tight fit. Let's see. Maybe I'll have to put that over there. You know what, guys? I've got to take that one side off because this cable's in my way. Alright? So let's take this side off. One, two, three screws. Yeah, it just wouldn't go in there. Okay, now, I wonder if I could just slide it in this way now without having to do any more work. Yep, I think so. Alright, let me pull this up out of the way a little bit. Okay. It's a little bit of a struggle, guys, but we got it. Alright, it's not impossible. Alright, so our holes line up. Yeah, everything lines up. Yep, okay. Alright, so we got some screws in here that they gave us with the case. And I don't know if they're fine thread or coarse thread. We're going to find out. Let's try the fine threads with a little round head on it. Let me see if these work. Or if they're coarse thread screws. Okay. All right. Let me see here. You got to put a little pressure on the motherboard to get the holes to line up because of the I/O plate. Yep, those are the right screws. So they're the fine thread screws with the round heads. Okay, 1, 2, and one more up here. Now, see, I already put that thing in there, and I shouldn't have, because I can't, well, yeah, I can get to it. I can get to it. I was thinking I couldn't get to that top screw, but I can. Yeah, we're good. There we go. All right. So that's it. Now, this is my USB 3, and it only goes in one place, guys. And it only goes one way. So it just slides into the motherboard right there. And put this down. And then right here, on this particular motherboard, is where you connect your power lights and your hard drive lights and everything else. So the power LED, it has a plus and a minus. The plus goes toward the outside of the case to the left, and we'll go ahead and put that on down here. Okay, and then the hard drive light goes right above it with the plus sign going to that direction. And it's not impossible, but we can get to it. And then the power switch is the one next to the power LEDs. Okay. And there it is. Hope your fingers are smaller than mine. Okay. Now this little guy, it only goes on one way, and it just goes in my 24 pin right here on the motherboard. Whew, that's a tight fit, but it works. I'm not going to need these, so I'm going to disconnect that. See if I can do a little prettier job with this. I'm only needing one of the power cables, and it only fits in one way. You can't put in the wrong one, so don't worry about that. All right, tuck that down there. I think what I'll do is I'll just wrap these cables together right here and put a little tie on them so they all stay together. And you know, I don't want to hear them rattling later in life. Alright, so we'll put a little zip tie on here. And there we go. I'll just cut that. Alright, tuck this in nice. That's not bad. Leave a little airflow. Alright, so let's put this side cover back on. We're getting closer now. Okay. One, two, and three. That's clean, isn't it? That's nice. Letting all the air come in through the sides right here. It's got vents everywhere, so that's nice. Okay guys, so that's it. Let's fire it up and put Windows on it real quick. Now guys, before I close this up, I wanted to show you something. Remember this bracket? Well, I've got this SSD right here, and screws line up perfectly. They give you hard drive screws to mount it, and that would work. I've still got plenty of clearance above the CPU fan. So we could have, this could be dual boot. Should we do it dual boot? Why not? Let's throw it in. Let's just throw this thing in there and do dual boot on this system. And that is going to give everybody what they've been wanting. A Tiny Hackintosh dual boot. Doesn't get better than that. Okay, so I did a beautiful job of tying up these cables, but this is the one that I need. I just need this SATA power adapter. So that will plug into my hard drive right here. Okay, and then remember, it came with a SATA cable. Let me grab that. So we can still get to one of my SATA ports. Oh, it comes with 2 cables. Very nice. Alright, so I'm going to put this angled one on here. No, I'm not. It's not going to work. Let me put the angled one on the motherboard. Yeah, let me put that down there. We got to use a straight one on the back of the drive. So let's put this down here. There we go. And then try to make this look decent. Okay, let me grab this cable, put it on. All right, now what can I do with this extra cable? I guess I can just tuck it over there. Let's see here. Let me put in. Okay, there's one there. And one back here. It's going to be interesting to see if this thing gets hot. We're going to check it out. I don't think so, because a i5 9400 barely puts out any heat. All right, so our glass goes on top and everything's good. Okay, let me get some power to it. So this is cute. All these things are purchased separately, and I'll show you in the description, and then on my website you'll know what parts to buy. Alright, so let's open this up. And so this just plugs in right here, just like a laptop, right? So that's your power. That's it. Okay, hold on a second. Okay guys, so let's go ahead and put the top on this, because we want to see what the thermals are. We want to see just how hot it's going to get. Alright, just 2 screws for right now. Okay, so let's get some HDMI right there. I'm going to plug it in the bottom one. Alright, I don't even know if this is going to light up. Let's check it out. So here's the switch. Alright, it's spinning. Here's my USB for my keyboard. Ah, we have life. So nice. Okay, so I got my Windows USB stick. Stick it in here, USB port. And let's see here. we'll just go over to load optimize defaults and then save and exit. Let's see if that'll work. It's sure cute, isn't it? Isn't that nice? Sure, gosh, look at that. That is nice. Oh, there's the little LED lights. That's cool. Man, it's, you know, it's nice. It's heavy. It feels like something, you know, Apple would make. It's not cheap. It's really a nice construction. All right, let's go ahead. Let's throw Windows on here real quick. Don't have a key right now. And we'll just put Windows Home on it. Yeah, accept and customize. So I am going to, this drive 1 is the SATA, so I'm going to delete what I had on it before. And let's see here, that was partition 1, and we'll delete the larger partition. Okay, I just have now this unallocated space, so we'll just click next. And guys, we'll come back when this gets installed. All right guys, we're coming down to the end here on this Windows install. I put it over here so you could kind of get an idea. This is a 23-inch monitor, and you know, this is my whole computer setup. It's beautiful, and I don't feel any heat at all. I just don't feel anything. And like I said, you can't even hear this thing run. So it is really quiet. Okay, we're coming down to the installing updates and finish up. Okay, let's go ahead and restart now. And I'll go ahead and pull out my Windows USB. And it's right ahead, going ahead and booting up to finish the install. Getting ready. All right, we're doing another reboot here. Windows is just a little bit easier to install than doing a Hackintosh. But it wouldn't be fun if it was easy to do a Hackintosh, right? Okay, let's get through these screens real quick. US. I don't have another keyboard I want to use. Okay, so it sees that I have an Ethernet connection, but I'm going to tell it I don't have internet because I don't want to go through all of the extra steps they want you to go through. So continue with limited setup, and we're just going to name it Tiny. Alright, no password. No, I don't want this, and I'll decline that, and I'll accept that. Alright, so let's wait till this gets finished up installing. There we are. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and plug in my Ethernet cable. And right there it is. And then watch what it does when it finds internet. Windows. Watch what Windows does. See? It finds it and it says, do you want to allow other PCs to see your computer? I'm going to say no. And then let's finish up. And it takes you right back to that screen, but I just say skip for now. There we go. So there we are, guys. We're in Windows. All right. Okay, so let's check out something. Okay, so now I want to monitor our temps. So I'm going to type in HW monitor right there. So I'm going to download this little program here. It's a little free program that we can monitor just how warm the CPU is in this thing. Okay, now we'll go ahead and run it. Get it installed here. Just want to see here what our temps are. So go ahead and click on this. Let's see where we are right now. Oh, nothing. That's nothing. And literally, I have a fan on in the background, just a fan right here in the studio, but there's no noise out of this PC. So yeah, we're running in the 40s, so no problem. Let's put a little bit of a load on it, okay? Let me download Cinebench. That'll put a load on it. Let's go over here and grab Cine R20 for Windows. All right, so we'll go ahead and click Run. Then I'm going to just shrink this down so we can see our hardware monitor. Okay. All right, now we're up to 67 degrees. 68, 69, 68. Let's see if the fan, yep, the fan is spinning higher now. It was at 1600 RPMs. Now it's at 2360. So these are my cores right here. I'm up to 72 degrees. Now this is maximum. This is as much juice as we can put on it, okay? So that doesn't make me too nervous. That doesn't make me too nervous. 74 degrees. 75 degrees. It's getting me more nervous. 90 degrees would make me nervous. This is Celsius. 167 Fahrenheit. Looks like it hit 76, 78, 76. This only on this one core is the heaviest. 76. Okay. All right, let's drop it down. Let's cancel this out. Yeah, I want to stop. Okay, so I'm letting it cool off here again. Now I'm just going to pull the lid off just to see if it makes any difference at all. Maybe it's just fine the way it is. Maybe that's just how hot it gets. And I think that is going to be our answer. It just is what it is. So let's start it. Minimize it. Okay, I got the lid off, right? So it's got plenty of air. We're already up to 70, 71, 69, 70. 71. Yeah, guys, this proves to me that the CPU fan is cooling sufficiently. So whether you have the lid on or off, we're good. We're within 1 or 2 degrees difference. With the lid on and screwed down, we hit a maximum of 76. We're at 73 degrees now. And like I say, this is running the processor at 100%, so how often do you do that, right? So we're fine on temperatures, guys. Not to worry. We're up to 73, 74 now. So we're like 2 degrees difference between having the lid completely off and having the lid on. So heat is not an issue with this little guy. The Noctua fan does a beautiful job. The heatsink is warm. I can still hold my finger on it, so it's not that bad. So we're good to go. All right. So there you have it, guys. A tiny little computer, and we're going to Hackintosh it. So part 2 of this video, we're going to show you how to Hackintosh it, and then we're going to show you how to dual boot. So this is going to be fun, guys. Stay tuned tomorrow for part 2. Thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video.